Hello everyone, good evening. First of all, thank you. Thank you again because, and the success that the channel has is thanks to you. So give yourselves a round of applause. I am super happy. And for those who are not subscribed, I remind you that it's important for me that you subscribe and click on the bell so that you get the videos when they come out. And a big thumbs up for the YouTube algorithm. What are we doing this evening? This evening I present to you, in my opinion, the ultimate tool for those who want to approach Hello content. As you know, to do publishing, we need, despite saying no, we do need some tools. In this tool I am presenting to you this evening, everything you need is included for keyword research, keyword analysis, building interiors, creating covers, editing templates, really everything. The program in question is BookBolt. It is one of the most used programs in the world. In America, they use it a lot. I started using it about 2 years ago. For 2 or 3 months, and I have to say, I no longer use the others. I mean, everything I used to do with the YI10, with KD Rocket, or with other things like Tangent Template and various stuff. When I use, for example, this small PC, I do everything with BookBeam and BookBolt. What can I say? I'll show you how it works and how I use it. Then we'll talk about it at the end of the video because I'd love to know what you think. Okay, so for the tool I was talking about this evening, we need some keywords. And then we'll take a look at some things. So for the keywords, let's see another way like this. Along with those you've seen in the previous video, I'll show you another way. Creative Fabrica is a site where you can buy fonts, buy interiors, various things. For our keyword research, what we do is go to graphics, scroll down to KDP interiors. Personally, I then set them to latest here. This way we have the latest, let's say, publications. The latest keywords that someone has already done for us. If you click on one or any of these results, I'll show you what appears. A square down here. Voila. With all the keywords this product is ranking for. Since the sponsorship of this product on Creative Fabrica is free for the person selling it, Creative Fabrica will conduct this research. These are all keywords that we can check. For convenience, I'll take another one, not for the other, if not by popularity, like this one here. The first one that appears. In addition to having the tags for which the sponsorship of this product appears, here on the left you have all the other keywords to check. 2022 daily planner, 5 years, monthly planner, 24-hour planner, planner colorful, daily planner of a different style, academic planner. These are all keywords that you need to check and search for. To check and search for them, what do? This evening we use BookBolt. BookBolt is this. Let's delete what I was already doing because I'm working too. Let's take the first keyword and see what comes up of this. And let's do the search. He will now pull out some data for us. These data are simply the reflection of what we asked him. So it tells us that there are 100 results for the keyword 2022 daily planner. We're talking about this page, that the average BSR is 99,000, so a good average BSR. That the lowest price is $3.99. The highest price is $29.99. The average price is $9.32. Which for us is excellent. The category is general. Here we choose the category. If we want, for example, what is it? This is a daily planner. If we look inside, journal or notebook. Let's choose journal. I'll show you that the results change. Why? Because we aren't going into the general category anymore, but into the category of planners, of journals. Here at the bottom you have the keyword count. So on the page of all the 2022 journals we looked at that were called, what was it called? Daily Planner. You have all these keywords. The little number next to it tells you how many times that keyword appears. It also gives us other information like the BSR. It tells us how many ratings there are, how many reviews. It tells us the price. And it also gives us the ASIN, which we will need later. If we click on this book, it will open for us on Amazon naturally. And we can do our analysis. Look at the cover. See if it's a publisher. Check how many results the keyword has. See, I don't know, when it was published, whether it has good or bad reviews. Everything. We close our little Amazon page and come back here. We can do the same search for sellers. So for sellers, we won't search for the product with a keyword like before, but we will search by name. For example, this is not a self-publisher, but I'll show you how it works. If we go to seller and we enter the name of the seller, which he naturally did not do. Let's go back to Sal. Okay. He does the research on everything related to that seller. Now, naturally, he will have only one book, so only one comes out of it. Let's see. Is this convenient? Because when we find a brand, and the brand in low content is really important, in fact, I knew it had only one. The brand is really important. It shows us all the books that brand produces. Then cloud. This is an awesome section. Then it allows you to choose among the top 100, 200, 300, for example, among the top 100 books. What do we want to choose? Let's choose, for example, a coloring book, which must have a BSR between 1 and about 300,000, approximately, let's say. That should have a price ranging from 0 to 100 euros. Here we can either insert a keyword for it to search, for example, bird, and we launch it. Or we can also leave it free. Here we have all the books that match our search. As always, we have all the data. BSR, the cover, the number of reviews, and everything else. This is useful for searching for other keywords. You see? You see how many there are. And you can go on. As much as you want, as much as you want. Playing with this, for example, if instead of coloring book, we choose a, I don't know, let's see. An activity book. Let's do, for example, handwriting hooks up. Let's see what comes out. Letter tracing. Here, do you see how many keywords there are? Letter tracing for preschoolers, letter tracing book for kids, learn to write, letter workbook for preschool. Lauren, this one wanted to publish in multiple languages, so he tried to do it this way. Here too, you have a ton of information that you need to analyze. To analyze, you know, you have the extensions and everything. Below here you see the BSR, you see the number of sales. And another important thing, see this, average bestseller rank for past 30 days. In the last 30 days, what has been the average of the bestseller rank of these books? So we can see if the book is one that always sells little, or has never sold, or things like that. Previously, we could only do this with Helium 10. And no, also with BookBeam. Now we can do it directly from here. If we go to the result data, we have the summary of the whole page. Do you remember what was previously vertical? Okay, we have it there. Let's go to BookScout. Let's take an Amazon book. Let's take this. Let's choose a book. Now I am giving you some examples. I pick one at random without even looking at who it's by or what it is. Let's go get the 10-digit donkey. We put it in here and do the search. This, guys, is an awesome program, really. Look here. All the keywords, the rank of each keyword. The total count is the search volume. Naturally, the higher the search volume and the lower the rank, the better it will be for us when we do a search. Then these are data that you have to interpret, and from there, choose how to publish. Okay? See, for example, board game for teenager and young adult. There are only 38 searches. It's also true that there are 1,700 results. But who buys a book that has 38 searches? Nobody buys it. But if there are 8,000 searches and 96 results for this, it starts to get interesting. On favorite, you will find all those you have like saved as favorite books. For example, here on products, we had said angulating. I'll show you, there's the little heart to put them in. Favorites, it's just to remind you. Okay, see here, heart icon lets you add it to favorites. You can choose 3 or 4 categories of favorites. You add them from the settings. For example, you can make one for coloring books, one for agendas, and things like that. Then we had rich keywords. For example, again, our handwriting. Let's do the research. Okay. What does this tell you? It tells you the books for which keywords they rank. Do you see all the keywords here? It tells you about Amazon searches, Google searches, and the estimated cost. This is just an estimate of the CPC if you need to do advertising. Here we also have an indication if it is competitive, not very competitive, or for example, there is no data because it has not yet had enough impressions. If we look at competition, for example, we see adult handwriting, which is one of the most used terms for this niche. You see that the competition is very high. It does 1,639 searches, so 0.13 will be the cost of the CPC. Then, let's see. This is a section that I don't like very much, but for a given keyword, Kato, it tells you the categories where it is possible to insert it. As you know, Amazon has become picky with categories, so use only categories that are accurate. Do not try. Sometimes I see children's books in the racetrack articles category, which is really weird stuff. See? It shows us the categories where, for example, the word bird could be placed. Then, okay. Well, on KDSPY you can link your account. Basically, it lets you add the extension. I already have it, and you log in with the KDSPY extension, if you have it. From up here, always from research, we also have the Create tab. Let's go to Create. See what appears. Ooh, with this section, you can make all the games. You can build the covers, the interiors. I'll show you, for example. Here it asks us what we want. Do we want an interior or do we want a cover? Let's start with an interior. How many pages should it, what size should it be? Let's do the classic 6x9. And how many pages? The classic 100 pages. And we want it with bleed. Submit. It creates the booklet of 100 pages for us. On this booklet, we then have the possibility to insert all the texts we want, the images we want, which we will have taken from sites either paid or free, the various cuts we can make to shapes and various stuff. This, you see, is very reminiscent of Tange template. The layers, I'll show you with the covers, the layers. Imagine seeing a sliced salami and each slice reveals the level beneath. So it helps create transparencies, helps work on covers, the various effects, and mark. Here we have some interior styles: lines, grids, music sheets, planners, to-do lists, recipe books. Look. Body mass analysis, to remember birthdays. But really, look, there are a ton. These that are used so much now, hexagon are for organic biology students, or they are for those who work with tables of the periodic table. This one is for decompression tables for divers. This one is for daily scheduling of your notes, a planner. There's really everything. And the more you download, the more fun you have doing incredible things. There are such things, guys. Sometimes that I find that I never would have imagined something existed. I found one the other day to keep track of the scores when you go horseback riding, really. There are ones for golf. There are ones for target shooting. For everything. Here you also choose whether you want margins or no margins. Select the size, how many pages you want, download it, and it creates it for you effortlessly. Interior Pro. So, working on Interior Pro is a bit more difficult. But why is it more difficult? Because it is used to make very large books, like making summer Sudoku, those with 500 pages, and various things. Once you get the hang of it, it is not difficult, because you just need to figure out where to place the pages, on the right, on the left, and everything. My design template. Here, if you make a template, for example, I think of the recipe book for cakes, for pizzas, for, I don't know, for main courses, for first courses. There's no need to redo it another time. You create it single, so the recipe book for pizzas. When you need to make the one for main courses, you will only change the text. Instead of for pizzas, it will become for main courses, if you like the design. And to save time, then we also exit from here. Let's go to Puzzle Wads, Weeds, or whatever it's called. It allows you to create all this stuff. All this stuff here. How? It's very simple. For everything where you don't need to provide inputs, like Sudoku. What happens with Sudoku? We tell it that we want it to include solutions, that there should be the game number, the page number. Out of line, na. We choose the usual formats. And usually here on PuzzleWiz, you find these three formats that are the most used. On one page or two, how many pages total? We put 3 pages, because otherwise it takes 20 minutes, as it's a bit slow to generate. Here you choose the font, the typeface you want to use in your Sudoku. For example, heavy penny. It shows you here how it turns out. The difficulty, if you want easy normal, you tell Submit, it generates it for you. And a small window will now appear here at the top. Let's see if it's true. In the meantime, let's have a sip of coffee. Okay. Okay, ready. We go here to download. It downloads it. Click it and you have your product ready to upload directly. Let's hurry, otherwise we'll take 2 hours. Nurikabe is another type. Like Sudoku, nothing changes. It only changes the way of placing the numbers. Crossword. For crossword, you need a file. Take a file. It is a very simple, normal file of, I will show you how it's made. This, for example, is one of mine. You must create 2 columns. In one column, write the definitive solutions, and in the right column, write the definitions. Like, on the left, we write house. On the right, we write how int, as a solution. Because people live there, hypothesis. And so you make the whole file. Every time you leave a blank line, it understands that it has to change the page. Here we put the solutions. The number of pages, we always choose the size, bleed, the font, 1 page or 2 pages. Here we make 2. Sum it. He calculates always. It takes a minute, click ready, download it, we save it and see how it is. Here it is, see. There is that thing with the crossword with the intersections. Here are the descriptions for the horizontals and verticals, and further down you find the solutions. Add the pages you need, and you're done. Word search, same thing. You always need to create that file, select it. Let's see if we have one ready. We have a word search. Yes. Let's turn the pages. Put solution, Summit. No, I got the wrong file. What did I upload for him? I don't know, maybe I uploaded some medical prescriptions, what do I know? Okay, now it is calculating it. Perfect, download. Let's open it, and you have your cryptogram, all the words you gave it, the solutions. The cryptogram is ready. This program is really very simple. Hangman is the game of Hangman. You have the definitions. You need to insert the thing. Cryptogram is like word search. Word scramble missing Mindfinder is a kind of Sudoku with Minesweeper. Maze, this is very nice. So with Maze, the usual discussion, we choose the margin, the position. If we were the size, if we want it on 1 or 2 pages. And how many do we want of this? We make 5 pages. For example, we always choose our font. If we want there to be the solutions. If we want the number of males, what are they called? Of which in Italian, in English are the mazes. The page number, Summit, it calculates. There you go, ready, download. Save. And open. Here we are with our 5 puzzles. If we go down, we will find the solutions, okay? Here you see them in color. When you print in black and white, they will be in shades of gray. This is also very simple. I mean, don't tell me now you have no way to make low content because I'll really headbutt you. I mean, tonight I showed you 2 things you can use to produce 50 low contents a day. I would like in the coming days to do a challenge or something like that. Let's start producing 1 book a week to then lead you to a book a day. I think that's all for tonight. I repeat, I'll now leave the links in the description so you can do your tests and everything. I remind you to subscribe to the channel, click the bell so you get notified, and give a thumbs up. I hope you like this too. I'm heading out and officially say goodbye. Oh, here we are again. Did I tell you nonsense? I don't think so. It seems to me that what I had anticipated to you is true. You've seen it for yourselves. If you have questions, as usual, a message, not a private message, because I really can't handle it anymore. A message under YouTube, and I'll respond, so everyone can benefit from this stuff. By the way, I'll leave the links in the description. You'll have the opportunity to try BookBoat for 3 days, free of charge, with no cost or anything. And if you want to sign up, I think you'll then have a 20 or 25% discount. It's an expense that I recommend you make. I don't recommend going straight for the annual plan, but try the first month. See how it goes for you, even if you spend a little more. See how it goes for you if you dedicate some time to it. Not having to sell you anything, it's pointless for me to tell you to do this, undo that, buy, and the like. Try it, put in some effort, and see if it's right for you, because it's the best solution. Okay? See you next time. Bye, guys.